What's going on, everybody? It's Rodney Ross with Limitless Real Estate. Today we're on a live construction site. We're going to talk about turning a house into several apartments and how you should lay it out. All right, everyone. So today we are in West Philly. We are in 19104 in the Belmont neighborhood, and this is actually a property that's being rehabbed by one of our investors. We're coming in. We usually come in if we have the chance to when they're in this process. Part of the process when they're framing, so if changes need to be made and we give, we have a conversation about, hey, one layout may sell better than the other, this is the time to do it. So they've been framing here for a few days. You can see where everything is still wide open. There's literally sunlight coming through the third floor because they're adding a roof deck right here. It's going to be a very cool place when it's done. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is how you lay out the living area and your bathroom, kitchen, closets, all that. So when you're turning, this property is going from a single family house to a duplex. And when you do a duplex, you need to make sure your living areas are big enough and inviting enough. So in this living area, I always try and get light from as many sides as possible. So you can see you've got two very big windows, your two front windows facing the street. That's a given. There's always light coming here. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that you always try and get a lot of Philly properties, they run the full, this lot's probably 16 feet wide. They run the full width of the lot back to a certain point, and they have this little cutout here. So the reason you have a cutout is so that it gets a little bit narrower, and you can have windows on the side where you have the bedrooms and the bathrooms. So here they've got this framed, they have a washer and dryer closet, an HVAC closet that's right in front of the window. I'm going to step over here so you can hear me better. Very loud, but basically, if you look at this area, I don't know if you're still going to be able to hear me. But if you look at this area, it's blocking the light that's coming through this window on the side. So one of my suggestions that's going to be to them is to try and move this closet further back and make the bedroom smaller so you can get the biggest living area possible. Because if you're selling this property, they're going to be selling this property and a homeowner is going to be living in this unit. So you want the homeowner to walk up these stairs. And if you can imagine, right now the homeowner is going to be, when this place is done, they're going to walk up the stairs, they're going to have a big closet right here. And for me, that's a no-no. We're going to recommend that they open this up so you walk up the stairs and have a nice, really big living kitchen area. Your kitchen will come this way. It'll be a nice big L kitchen. So that's the first thing I noticed walking through here. The second thing, if you come back this way, is the size of the bathrooms in the bedroom here. I think they did a great job, spot on. This bathroom is about 5 by 8. It's a normal size bathroom. The bedroom here is also very large because they're extending. Well, I think they're redoing the bump out here. So one thing that I see here is that this bedroom could probably shrink just a little bit to gain back the space from the closet up here where they're putting the HVAC and the plumbing. So that's just one little tip. It is kind of tough to see sometimes on camera and when there's loud noise and all that, but getting enough light in the living area is one very important thing. Now we're going to jump upstairs. I'm going to show you one more thing. Okay. Whew. All right. Now we are on the third floor here. And let me tell you, what I see, this is an example of a great layout on this third floor here. I'm going to start with where I'm standing. So you can see this staircase that comes up to the third floor, they did a really good job of separating. You've got the entrance out to the roof deck and then the entrance into the master bedroom. I think it's great because now if you have, let's say, two roommates living here, everybody can access the roof deck, not just the people that are living in the master, or not who's in the master bedroom. The second thing I like about this is that this is a nice wide hallway into the master suite area, let's call it. And they got a nice bathroom here, which is going to get a lot of natural light once it's done. So if you see here past this framing, this bathroom, I'm always a fan of when you're doing master suites. I like stand-up showers. This is a decent sized stand-up shower. You can see it's 40 inches. They've got the vanity right next to it, and they could really make this window as big as they want. This could be a gigantic window. And since it faces south, you're going to have a ton of natural light in here, which is really good. So next up, coming into the master suite, this hallway is actually wide enough that on this side of the hallway, which is going to be a wall, you could put one of those 15 or 18 inch. You could put, for example, like a wall cabinet on here. Most kitchen upper cabinets are about 15 inches deep. You could do as many cabinets as you want. You could get extra storage, do some kind of shelf china thing, and you could have extra storage here. On the other side, this is a nice big walk-in closet. They're probably gonna have a door on one side. I don't know if it's gonna be sliding door, but much more space than you usually see in an apartment unit. And then lastly, it's a very natural sleeping area. You got the option to put the bed on either side. I'm gonna imagine they're probably gonna run electric on both sides. You can have you can have your TV on either or, and you could fit a king bed here if you really wanted to. If you put it on this front wall, you really have all the space in the world. So I think they did a really good job with this unit, and it's very important to think about your layout ahead of time and where people are going to be putting their beds, how big the closet is, how big the living area is, how big your bathrooms are. You got to plan it out properly because it makes a huge difference when you're going to sell it. So thanks for watching.